Hey everybody, Doe here with Ice Cave Radio, and my case has arrived of Shadows of the Galaxy. So we're gonna get opening it. We're gonna open 6 boxes and hopefully find some good stuff. Here's box number 1. Don't worry, it'll all be in focus when I hold things up to the camera. And I just got one random box from my local game store just because I couldn't wait, and it was a good box. We got a showcase Boba Fett. We got the first showcase I've ever pulled, so that is pretty hype. I'm working on what I think is going to be a really cool deck for that leader. Like I said, I don't think he's the strongest leader in the set, but I think he can be like solid, high B tier, low A tier leader if built well around and piloted well. I've got an aggro list in mind. I mean, it's me. I always have an aggro list in mind, but I think it actually works well with him. I think that +1 attack can go a long way, both offensively and defensively. So we'll see how it goes. But let's get to work on box number 1. Again, obviously, always looking for more showcases, but at the same time, I already got a showcase. We broke the drought, so everything here on out, I'm just kind of trying to build legendaries, find some cool hyperspace stuff, get ready to build some decks. And we're going to start with a Han Solo, and a Navarro City will be the start here. Let's see, I'm going to move this back ever so slightly there. Okay, there we go. That's a little bit better angle. We're going to go through the commons pretty quickly here. Hey, hyperspace disabling Fang Fighter. We'll put, let's just do, how did I arrange it before? I think I put the hyperspaces like that. And I should sort these. Actually, like, in all seriousness, I should be sorting these the entire time. Otherwise, I will kick myself later having not done it, because man, sorting takes time, right? 4-LOM, nice. I do like the 4-LOM. 4-LOM and Zuckuss, they made a really good pairing with those two, which they should. Embo, and our rare is Ruthlessness. And foil rare, Evidence of the Crime, double rare pack to start things off. Not bad, yeah. Both I think solid rares. So rares I'm not going to organize. I'm just going to put those off to the side. That'll be a small enough pile that I can do that later on. And what do we have here? It's a hyperspace Kylo Ren. Nice. All right. I do want to build and a hyperspace Deathwatch hideout. The thing is, I wanted a hyperspace Spice Mines because I'm going to build a mono red Kylo Ren deck. And so I want the hyperspace stuff, obviously. That's great. Cool. Pirate Battle Tank. Definitely a limited MVP, in my opinion. I have to move my chair. I'm at like one of those angles where I'm like kind of like hunched over. I get comfortable. Old man Doa has to sit in a way that's okay for his back. Actually, my back is, I think, in pretty good shape overall, if I do say so myself. All right, let's see. And Val is our rare. And, foil Lurking TIE Phantom. That's cool. Lurking TIE Phantom. KTOD just released a video a few days ago, as of when this is being recorded, about a cool combo Lurking TIE Phantom deck. Hey, Hyperspace Fennec Shand. Oh, what is with the diapers? Can you tell I have a 1-year-old? What is with the double hyperspace base and leader pulls here? 2 packs in a row. I will take it, though. I will take that. But yeah, their deck is really good at just protecting the Lurking TIE Phantom, which can do a lot of damage. It uses triple Dark Raid. Ooh, Hyperspace Heroic Renegade. Nice. Uses triple Dark Raid to bring out the TIE Advanced. That's the buffing flyer from set 1. And so you basically have this, in theory, unkillable Lurking TIE Phantom, and you just keep buffing it. Enterprising Lackeys, a double command rare, which is interesting. Defeat a friendly resource. If you do, put this unit into play as a resource. So that is interesting, because you have to defeat your own resource to put this into play as a resource. It is smuggle. Let me think about that for a second. Am I missing something obvious with that? Is my brain just not on yet this morning? You may defeat when defeated, you may defeat a friendly resource. If you do, put this unit into play as a resource. Oh, because then you can smuggle it back out again. Okay, all right. I don't know why it took me so long to like figure that out. I'm still waking up. I'm still waking up, I guess. Good morning, everybody. It's 8:41 a.m. as I record this. Jabba the Hutt. And clearly still waking up because it took me way too long to figure that out. All right. And like I said, yeah, we're just. Oh wait, look, this is a hyperspace smuggler's aid. Nice. Which I do feel like that is going to find a place in a couple different decks. Chrysanthemum. Cool. Mercenary Gunship. I actually love this card for I see the Hyperspace Embo. That's cool. I love the Mercenary Gunship as just like a potentially good aggro include. If your opponent's paying 4 to take it, it's either very late in the game, and so, you know, you play it and they have the resources to do that. Otherwise, if they're spending resources on doing this early on, then something has probably gone very wrong for them, so it's probably good for you. Hey, here's our first legendary. Endless Legions. Cost 14. Double command. Reveal any number of resources you control. Play each unit revealed this way for free. One at a time. That's an exciting card. It's an exciting build around card. Nice foil Outland TIE Vanguard. Exciting build around card. I feel like maybe what you could do is in like double command Palpatine or something. Maybe you could stretch the game long enough. Hard to say. Double command Jabba the Hutt, maybe. You'd have to. It's definitely one of those cards that would be fun to try to make a deck work, because obviously if you play it, you're probably just going to win because you're going to overwhelm your opponents. Obviously you want to stack some Sentinels in there too. Relentless Pursuit, one of the best cards I think in the new set. But yeah, I am curious about building around that at some point. And it's one of those cards too where it's like, even if there's not enough to build around it right now, it's going to be a card that's going to, like, people are going to keep coming back to, right? Hyperspace Val, check it out. Hyperspace rare. That's cool. So we at least have a 2 rare pack. And our second rare is Sugi. And we have a foil Unexpected Escape. And there you go. I do want to kind of experiment with Val as well to see if her bounty outweighs her when defeated. Very interesting. Rivals Fall. Exciting card. Ooh, we got a hyperspace foil in the back there. I saw it peeking out there a moment ago. Jetpack. Salacious Crumb. Tons of fun. Ooh, a hyperspace altering the deal. Look at that. Wow, that's actually a really cool card in hyperspace. You get to see the whole, it looks like the whole apparatus of the carbon freezing thing. Carbon freezing was always my favorite deck to run back in the old Star Wars CCG, if you're familiar with that at all, the old Decipher one. That was a fun one. And we have, it's a triple, well, maybe not triple rare pack, but a double rare pack, Dr. Vezin. And, that looks really nice. A Hyperfoil Black Sun Starfighter. Cool. Just a 3 for a 3/2 Sentinel. I think it's if you're playing a slower deck that's trying to just delay things a bit, I think that's a possible include. It is Underworld, so I think it has a space in maybe like some slower Cad Bane decks potentially. Like I want to build a Cad Bane command deck. I was waiting until I opened all this stuff before really diving into it, but I've got one built on a SWODB at least, so hopefully I'll grab the cards for that. But I think Black Sun Starfighter is a potential include. Hyperspace Fugitive Wookiee. Kintan Intimidator. Alright. Armed to the Teeth. Forlom, yay. Heroic Resolve, okay. I'm still not totally sure how I feel about this card. It's +1/+1, so it's for 1, so it's a nice little buff. It's pay 1 for an XP token, basically. But you do have that action. You have to pay 2 for it. It does have Overwhelm attached to it, so I think that is good. Where's your Tree Tender? So I feel like it's an include in some decks. But I'm not sure. More testing required. More testing required, but I feel like it could find a home in some competitive decks. You know, you see those cards sometimes where it's like, I don't want to be like, yes, absolutely competitive card, but I got a feeling, you know, my gut tells me that it's going to be good enough. Lady Proxima, yay. I actually did not own any Lady Proximas. Funny enough. She was very hard to pull for some reason. Let the Wookiee win. This is definitely foil rivals fall. Nice. Let the Wookiee win is a card I kind of want to mess with, actually. It's 2 to ready up to 6 resources, so that's really strong. And you could also, obviously, there's the alternative. They can choose ready a friendly unit. If it's a Wookiee unit, attack with it. So it's like, you look at it and like, oh, they can just do the ready a friendly unit. Yeah, but you can organize it so readying that unit can be huge too. So even if you're not playing Wookiees, I have a feeling that there's going to be ways to sort of exploit that card. But we will see. We'll see. All right, Bosk. Momentary shout out to Reckless Gunslinger. I love just like low to the ground aggro cards like this. Very fragile. 1 for 2/1. When played, deal 1 damage to each base. Just gets the job done. And then it's got Smuggle on top of it. Uses a new set mechanic. I think that's just such a little great example of just the set, right? That's a card that it's like, if I could pick cards that sort of like represent the set, that would be one of them. Just, I think, a well-designed card. Good old Fel the Dragon, IG-11. Ooh, neat. Hyperspace Frozen and Carbonite. That looks cool. All right. Limited MVP. I had a lot of success with that. And it's a Wild Rancor. All right. I feel like when I build my Boba Fett deck, I feel like I have to throw one of these in here just because, it's the Book of Boba Fett reference. I feel like I have to put just one in as a joke. I'll play a 49 card deck for that. That's fine. I can always resource it, right? Foil Deathwatch Loyalist is our foil for that. But it would be funny to play it. The thing is, it has Overwhelm. It has a keyword. I'm going to have to pay 8 for it because obviously you're not going to be running double aggression with Boba Fett because he is not aggression. But still. See, I think that was maybe a bit of a miss. They needed to make the Rancor have a Boba Fett synergy. I can't believe they ended the series like that. Gold McClunky. Like, the dude spends the entire series about talking about how he has to, like, protect his family, and then in the end he just kind of, like, destroys the town of the Rancor. Like, all right. Well, Boba Fett, Boba Fett be Boba Fetting. Inspiring Mentor, I think it's going to be a great card in a lot of aggressive decks. Ooh, Foil Bounty Hunter's Quarry as well. Nice. Another one that I kind of want to try putting to a little bit more use. Okay, what's next? We have Hondo. Oh, and Hyperspace Maz Kanata's Castle. Neat. Cool location from the sequels. Why did she have Luke's lightsaber? Well, that's a story for another time. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe never. Zuckuss. Cross Heavy Fighter. Sonara San. Oh, yeah, that's right. Deal 5 damage to base for her bounty. Yeah. It is 4 for a 3/6 with grit. While it's exhausted. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like I would put that in there. Hey, another legendary. We got the Krayt Dragon. Nice. Very cool. There are definitely decks that I want to play this in. Obviously, there's a new Han Solo ramp deck, the Aggression Han that runs Krayt Dragon. So I'm happy to do that. And, ooh, Hyperfoil Pillage. Cool. Very cool. Put that there. Yeah, I do definitely want a playset of Krayt Dragons. Hyperspace Hondo. That was the name of my punk band in high school. No, it wasn't. All right. Chain Code Collector, I think, could find a home in some Bounty Hunter decks. Emphas Nest seems good, but she seems like right on the bubble of is she good enough? Because she's kind of expensive. Lom Pike, Foil Protector of the Throne. Let's talk about Lom Pike for a second. On attack, you may give a shield token to an enemy unit. If you do, give a shield token to a friendly unit. I think 4/4/4/6 is good stats on its own. He's got Smuggle, so that's good. And you'd have to imagine there are ways where he works, namely, when you're running a heavy control deck and your opponent just doesn't have units. Then it doesn't matter if he's giving us shields. Hyperspace Bosk. All right. So I think of him that way. If I'm going to build a deck with Long Pike, I'm going to build a very heavy control deck, and I'm going to make sure they don't have units that I have to give shields to. Nema Outpost Constables in hyperspace. So that's the basic idea when I see something like that. A new adventure, which I think will be a fun card to mess with. Echo. And we have Effet Mon, which is another fun capture card, you know? And he's 5 for 4/6, so the numbers are okay. And a foil Surprise Strike. Welcome back, Surprise Strike. My voice is always kind of scratchy in the morning. All right. What do we got? Another Hondo. We got a Pike Sentinel. This is going to be another good, I think, control card. Just 2 for a 2/3 Sentinel. I think that's huge in terms of just slowing down aggro. And, you know, at the end of the day, that's all you really want to do is just slow down the aggression, you know, until your big stuff comes out. So I think that fits right in with that idea. Got a Gunship and a Hyperspace Hunting Nexu. Neat. All right. I think this is another card that's like right on the edge of being included in things. Like I kind of want to include it in stuff like Kylo Aggression, because it's 4 for a 4/4. It's got raid 2, you know, but it doesn't attack right away when it comes out. I don't know. Like I said, it's seems like it's good if it's activated and it's alive, you know, but how consistently can we make that happen? So for me, that's a card that's like right on the bubble where I'm like, I might try it, but I wouldn't be surprised if it kind of gets left by the wayside. Omega. All right. I do want to do a very clone-centric deck. Oh, hey, and it's a foil. It's a foil Migs Mayfield, too. There you go. Yeah. All right. Double rares. Cool. I think Migs is a must include for Kylo Aggression. Naturally. I feel like there's not really lore synergy there, but so it is interesting that he has that synergy. Maybe there's other stuff coming though. Who knows? I keep messing up my stacks. This happens when I try to talk and open packs at the same time. Coruscant Dissident. Altering the Deal is our rare and a foil Bravado. So only 2 legendaries so far, and we're a little over halfway through the box. So this might be a lighter box in terms of how good is it, but we'll see. That could all change. You never know until it's over. No Bargain, Toriko Calican, who I think is a good include. I was having a chat about Toriko, or Toro rather, for with some people where if you don't have Boba Fett, if you don't have the set 1 Boba Fett and you're building a Boba Fett Bounty Hunter deck, I think he's a good include. 3 for 3/5, so same stat line. Good ability. So if you don't have the Boba Fett Legendary from set 1, I think he's a good substitution. Foil Daring Raid and a Hotshot DL44 Blaster. Nice. I think that Blaster is definitely another thing that's going in like a Kylo double aggression deck, you know? Because I think it's just any way you can sort of like surprise with damage in the late game. That's how you get over the finish line with those sort of low to ground aggressive decks. So that's the type of card I want to include. You just wait and smuggle it out late game when your hand gets a bit small, especially a deck like that where, you know, you want to keep your hand size small. Chewbacca and Hyperfoil Bounty Hunter's Quarry. Nice. That looks cool. Whoa. Neat. Now, I feel like the average I've seen in the past is like 4 legendaries per box. We might be below the average here. I would say higher than average hyperfoils, but I'd much rather have legendaries than hyperfoils, honestly. Jabba's Rancor. I definitely want to play that in a Jabba deck. Rose Tico is a very solid card. The Marauder, nice, is definitely a card I want for like my Boba Fett deck. think it's good. Ambush for possibly one more. And the client. Foil client. Nice. Foil Werner Herzog. Yeah, Marauder's so good, though. All right. We got Pillage. That. But, man, there's so many different decks I want to build. Content Intimidator. That's my goal, is just have a play set so I can just build whatever I want. There's a Hyperspace. And no bargain. Liberated Slaves. Cool card. Has a lot of traits. Fennec Shand, obviously a great card. Hey, another Bounty Hunters or Boba Fett's Armor. Nice. Good if you're running. I built a double cunning Boba Fett that runs both Bobas, obviously, and 3 Boba Fett's Armor, and that Boba Fett's Armor is ridiculously strong. It turns off so many different cards and abilities and things like that. Namely Cad Bane. It's like a big counter to Cad Bane's ability, but it works against a lot of things. Hey, what do you know? There's Cad Bane. Hyperspace Coronet City. But yeah, I think it's obviously a very narrow use card, but still very cool. Authority, Frozen in Carbonite. Let's see, Pre-Vizsla. Oh, neat. 7 for 8/7. This is another one that it's just got good stats, you know. And it's got the one play, no attack. You may pay the cost of an upgrade attached to another vehicle unit, non-vehicle unit. If you do, take control of that upgrade and attach to this unit if able. If it can't attach to this unit, defeat instead. So kind of neat upgrade hate. Hyperfoil, Coruscant Dissident. Yay. Only 4 packs left and still 2 legendaries. Uh-oh. Maybe a pretty lackluster first box. We'll see. Oh, where are you going? Stay there. Client. Another Lurking Tie Phantom. And the Chaos of War. I think another great Kylo card. You just dump your hand, obviously, and then this is kind of your For a Cause I Believe In, essentially. And we have a foil Maz Kanata, so double rare. Always good. I do wonder, like, Maz Kanata could maybe go into, like, Rey, I suppose. I think she's too good to not be used, I think. Hyperspace Gentle Giant. I think Fenrau is another exciting card, too. Hey, there we go. There's a good legendary. Poe Dameron. All right, nice. On attack, discard up to 3 cards from your hand. For each card discarded this way, choose a different option. Deal 2 damage to a base. Defeat an upgrade. An opponent discards a card from their hand. Nice. So obviously works very well with Black One with his ship. So that's cool. And a foil Frontier Tradesman. So, all right. We got 3 legendaries. So unless these last 2 packs contain a legendary, we're a little bit underrate for this box, but Poe's a good pull, so I'm not too sad about that. I think I need a Poe. All right. I think Poe's going to be one of the more sought after legendaries in this set. Hyperspace Ketsuono, cool. Definitely a very usable hyperspace. Upgrade hate. And just a good aggressive card. Triple Dark Raid, nice. This is definitely one. And Gamorrean Retainer, in foil. But Triple Dark Raid is a card that I definitely want to play set of. Or 2. I think it's just going to be a very good card for a lot of different decks. Vehicle Deck Enabler. That's exciting. Make Thrawn, Thrawn vehicles. Space Thrawn was one of the things I wanted to make work in set 1. I think it got more support in set 2. All right. Oh, that looks nice in hyperspace. Reputable Hunter. That's cool. I like the way that one looks. It's an okay card. Spark of Hope. I think a good one. Cobb Vanth is our rare, and Gentle Giant is our foil. So yeah, let's review. Only 3 legendaries in this box: Endless Legions, Crate Dragon, and Podameron. Gimmick deck, maybe playable later on. Crate Dragon playable in the Han Ramp deck for sure, and Podameron I think is going to be pretty usable. So 3 legendaries there, and then the hyper foils we got a Coruscant Dissident, Bounty Hunter's Quarry, that's a cool one. Pillage, that's a good one, and Black Sun Starfighter. So 3 out of 4 hyper foils, pretty good. But yeah, that's box 1. Let's move on to box 2. Box number 2, Shadows of the Galaxy. And here we go. Let's see what we can find. I've got a good feeling about this one. Last box was a little bit underwhelming. Only 2 legendaries, so could have been better. Start things off with Hyperspace Han Solo. Not bad. Not bad. All right, and as usual, let's see. I'm trying to remember the order I had things in before. I think it was like this, so that my brain just automatically puts things in the right place, you know. Believe it was like that. Lady Proxima, how you doing? Tarful is our first rare. Oh, and Hyperfoil Cargo Juggernaut. Cool. Neat. I like cards like Tarful because I like cards that sort of like are deck enablers, right? Synergy builders. And so he's kind of one of the top end cards of a Wookiee deck. Ooh, Hyperspace Bo-Katan. Looks nice. Cool, cool. And we move on. Hyperspace Transition Hunters. I'm going to say, before every hyperspace apparently, but that looks cool. I like it. I like when the border of the cards naturally with the art is off from the color, so very green as opposed to very red. Always looks neat in a deck when you have that kind of thing, I think. Oh, this card is so good. Just a great, I think, early drop in some aggressive heroism decks. Yeah. Maz Kanata is our rare, and an unrefusable offer is our foil rare. Nice. That's a card that I think you could probably do some fun things with. All right. There's that stuff. Trying to go through things a little bit quicker. Oh, we do have a Hyperspace Hawk 290 freighter. 3 for 2.5. It's not terrible. Not the best numbers, but not the worst numbers either. I talked about Crosshair before. I think that's a very interesting card. I'd like to experiment with that a bit more. Mandalorian Armor is our rare. There you go. And a foil Hawk freighter. So we have 2 different rarities, or 2 different types of that card in one pack. Got another Hyperspace Leader, and it is, it's a Hyperspace base, I guess. Hey, Hyperspace Spice Mines. Nice. I was looking for that for my Kylo Ren deck. Because if it's good and annoying to play against, then I'll put people in the Salt Mines. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that. Rose Tico, Cripple Authority, and Migs is our rare. Another Kylo Ren card, and a foil Night Owl Skirmisher. All right. You know, it's been interesting on the legendary front for this this set. I didn't get a single legendary out of 20 packs in the pre-release. That's 2 pre-releases, and then I went undefeated in both pre-releases, so I got 4 more packs in each one of them. Total of 20 packs and no legendaries. So coming into the box opening a little bit below average compared to last time, I think. The Client. Hey, there's Maul, not a legendary, and Cassian. Nice foil Cassian Andor. Cassian's one of the better cards to come out in this set. Smuggle them out ready. That's pretty cool. Maul, obviously a powerful 7-drop now. I think a good alternative if you don't have the Vaders from the first set. I think in a lot of cases Vader from the first set is going to be better, but Maul is a nice substitute, and maybe it's something to augment that too, you know. Yeah. Note about the Guavian Antagonizer. Anything that's like a cheap, good aggro card. It's one for a 2/3. This has Saboteur, and the bounty is draw a card. Like, I don't mind the early game draw a card bounties because, you know, the chances are good that your opponent isn't going to be able to put that bounty card to good use anyway. So a lot of times it doesn't even matter if they drew a card. It's kind of a non-bounty, you know. Something to think about. Final Showdown is our first legendary of the box. Ready each unit you control at the start of the regroup phase, you lose the game. So it really is, you really gotta win it or you die there. So it's a neat card. I could see putting some of those into, you know, I could see running like one of them in a deck, right? Maybe Cad Bane, where if you want to, you know, if you have a deck where it's like, okay, I know that I'm getting to a point. Oh, hyperfoil, not hyperfoil, hyperspace Deathmark. Cool, looks good. It's kind of holiday special Han Solo there. That's the art style that I see when I see that. What was I going to say? Yeah. So I think if you are running a deck, tech is our rare here, and foil Fell the Dragon, cool. I think if you're running a deck where it's like, if you get past the mid game and you're not in a position to win, you're like, all right, well, it's kind of over. I don't have the late game power, you know. Then I think something like Final Showdown could maybe be one of. Because then it might just give you that little extra boost to finish off a game, you know. So I think it's definitely worth experimenting with at least. Seems that way. Guild target, Millennium Falcon, and we have, oh, sick, it's a hyperspace triple dark raid. That is a neat looking card. I love the art on this card. Very, very cool. From an episode of Resistance, which, like, you know, it's not a show for me, but I really like the look of this card though. It is cool. Very neat. That's our rare, so that goes there, and then we have an unrefusable offer for another rare, and then we have a foil Cloud Rider, so double rare pack. Cool. And rares like Triple Dark Raid are going to be, I think, very premium. Bosk and whatever that was. Housecast Soldier. Oh, am I starting to do it again? Oh, I'm putting regular aggression into heroism aggression. So it happens when you talk and open cards at the same time. Oh, this looks neat. Twin Pod Cloud Car looks very good in hyperspace. Very clean. I like it. Although I don't know, I feel weird that that's a space card. Because, like, those don't really fly through space. Like, they're still in the atmosphere, you know? So, I don't know. Feels a bit weird to me, but it works. Hey, Jango Fett. It's a solid card. Overwhelming +3 is great. Obviously, you could use him in a lot of stuff. Like, if you play a green-red Jabba, I think he's good. Something like Cad Bane with stuff. Oh, and it's a foil Kylo Ren. Check that out. Great pack. Jango Fett into a foil legendary. And very exciting card. If you control Rey, and this includes Leader Rey, of course, you can just put him in there, and he comes out. On attack, give a unit +2 for this phase. If it's a non-villainy unit, also give an experience token. So works, I think, quite well in Rey decks. So that is cool. All right, foil legendary. So 2 legendaries so far in the pack, or in the box rather. Not a bad start to the box. Two decent legendaries, I would say too. Kylo, obviously, I think is very good. My piles are not very neat this game. Modded Consort, or Modded Cohort rather, I think is a pretty good card. Principal Outlaw in hyperspace. Let's organize a bit. There we go. Toro Calican, Brutal Traditions, and Dr. Pershing is our rare. Kind of the opposite to our Grogu, right? Another 2 for 0/5, but he's on the villainy side of things. Action, tap, or exhaust to deal 1 damage to your friendly unit, draw a card. Palpatine-esque too, I think would work well in a Palpatine deck. And a foil Warzone Lieutenant. All right. Cool. All right, we got Hondo and Upside Down. There we go. Super Commando Squad. Hey, nice. Hyperspace Discerning Veteran. I love this card. I think this is an MVP card of the set. Capture is so strong. Getting a decent body with the capture is quite good. Decent price for it, you know. Another Hyperspace. We have Bounty Posting. I think this is a great card. Search your deck for a bounty upgrade, reveal, draw. You may play that upgrade. So any of the 0-cost bounties, I can just pull it out and play them. So I think that card's got a lot of potential. Swoop Down, fantastic card if you're playing an all-space deck. I think if you're running that Phantom tie deck that we talked about earlier, definitely a necessity. And a foil Smuggler's Aid to finish off that pack. We're probably going to go through these quicker as we go through the boxes, of course. We got a Hyperfoil on the back there. That's exciting. All right. Let's see. Have I been putting the green on the blue? I have. So it's like I'm not really like looking down too closely. I'm kind of more looking at the looking at my down. This pack is kind of bent a little bit. All the cards are kind of like pringled in a vertical way. It's kind of interesting. Chrysanthemum and Jetpack and Salacious Crumb and Arcaten's Assault Cruiser is our rare. And, oh, check that out. That looks really nice. That's a Hyperfoil Adelphi Patrol Wing. It's so foily you can barely even see it. It's so flashy. Yeah, you got some of those print lines on there. I've noticed that is a tendency with some of these. But beautiful card nonetheless. In a sleeve, you're not going to notice it that much. But, yeah, wouldn't grade well. But something to think about. Does seem like those print lines are an issue so far. Minor issue, but you know there are people out there that really love pristine cards for the collectible aspect of it. So it's something they should be, you know, aware of in future sets. I think future printing. I personally don't care, but I know other people out there do care. Mystic Reflection is our rare, and we have an enticing reward for our foil. All right. I'm kind of just throwing all the packs on the floor. I'll just pick them up later. I forgot to get like a box or a bag or something to put them in. They're just going on the floor at the moment. Good old Cassian Andor. Hey, check it out. It's a Hyperspace Sonara San. Neat. And it's a Stolen Land Speeder for our rare. I do like this. It's a very interesting card. Very, very cool. Lots of funky things you can do with it, which is neat. And a Hyperfoil Midnight Repairs. Okay. I only have one Hyperfoil Legendary, and it is a Luke Skywalker. So it's a good one. But only one so far. Hyperspace Gar Saxon and a Hyperspace Navarro City. Neat. Oops. Let's see. Well, it's interesting because once again, I feel like if you look at it, the cards kind of have this like vertical bend to them. And that's something I've never seen before. Opening packs in any game. That's kind of interesting. Again, not something that bothers me too much. Once you put them in card sleeves in a deck, it'll straighten out. Legal Authority, nice little capture card, and then a foil Content Intimidator. But you know, again, for the people that love the pristine cards, I'm sure it's a bit irksome. Only 2 legendaries so far this box. This happens a lot. Hyperspace Leader and Hyperspace Base. I've noticed. Hyperspace Ray looks really cool. It's neat. Ray, of course, I'm going to be playing. Everybody's playing a little bit of Ray. She seems very strong. But I think I'm more trending towards Cad Bane, Boba Fett, Kylo. Speaking of Ray, wow, so Hyperspace Ray Leader, and we got the Ray Legendary. Nice. And a foil twin pod Cloud Car. But yeah, so we got Rey and Kylo in the same box. That's cool. Similar thing, if you're playing Kylo Ren, you can ignore the heroism aspect penalty. But that does mean that you need to be running Vigilance Kylo if you want to play her without paying anything extra. But on attack, you may heal 2 damage from a unit. If it's a non-heroism unit, give a shield token to it. So another synergy with the opposite. So I like how they make Kylo and Rey work together like that. Although that romance seemed very forced in the movies, I gotta say. But some people are like, oh man, I'll never use like this character, or I'll never use this leader because like I didn't like the movie or the show they were from. And I'm like, yeah, sure. I mean, but who cares, right? Hyperspace Scanning Officer, it's a cool sideboard card. I'm like, who cares? Like, if it's a good card, it's a good card. We're playing a card game here. We're not playing like my favorite character contest, you know? Casca Reeves, 4/4/4/5 on attack. If this unit is upgraded, you may deal 2 damage to a ground unit. So great addition for a Mandalorian deck. I think she'd be perfect in Bo-Katan. And I do want to build kind of a mid-rangey Bo-Katan deck at some point. I think that'd be pretty fun. That's another one that's on the list. Man, I have so many decks to build. How awesome would it be to get like another showcase? You know, one out of a random box and then one out of my case. That would be neat. Hyperspace Vigilant Pursuit Craft. All the space ones I think look pretty cool. There's that. I keep bumping the microphone and the camera, but what can I do? Kira. When played, look at an opponent's hand, name a card. While this unit is played, each card of that name costs 3 more for your opponents to play. The fact that she can look at your hand and do it is pretty insane. So I think definitely a card that will see some play. I'm just not sure what deck it would be in. I don't know. Maybe a Boba Fett? I'm not sure. Like a heroism Boba Fett, obviously. But she seems, you know, good enough that you could play her in a control deck, and she could lock out an important card at the right time. Hyperspace Chain Code Collector. He's gonna collect your chain code. Oh no, he's just got a chain code, and he's gonna use it to find who to collect, I guess. Spare the target. And hey, Xanadu Blood. It's Cad Bane's ship. Pretty cool. And we have, oh nice, Hyperspace Take Captive. This is a card I plan to use a lot, so cool to see. It looks very neat in Hyperspace. Kind of a blue fluorescent kind of a vibe to it. So that's cool. I like that. That's a neat hyperfoil. 2 more packs after this, I think. 4 more packs. 4 more packs. Village Protectors, Reckless Gunslinger. And I think so far we've gotten a good variety of rares as well. Man, this card is crazy, right? 3 for a 1/4 with Sentinel. This unit gets +2 power while defending. Like, very difficult to attack into. Really shuts down space hard. Another Lady Proxima. Imprisoned. Attached to a non-leader unit. Attached unit loses its current abilities and can't gain abilities. Interesting tech card. Interesting tech card. I think it remains to be seen how, you know, practical it's going to be to put to use, but I think it's important to have cards like that in the game, you know? Because as we move forward, sideboards will get a little bit less standardized, if that makes sense. In set 1, obviously, there's a lot of things you just put into sideboards, right? A couple Vanquish, couple Confiscate, sometimes Restock if you're playing a Vigilance deck or something like that. But it's going to become less standard over time. Evidence of the Crime and a foil Freetown backup. And so cards like that, I think, when our sideboards become more specialized, are going to be important. 3 packs remain. 3 legendaries. If we can get 1 more, that'd be good. Like I said, I feel like the average in set 1 I was getting per box was 4. very consistently, 4 legendaries per box. I've seen a lot of people report only getting like 2 legendaries in a box in this set, so I'm not sure if something changed there or what, because I don't really want legendaries to be cost prohibitively rare. Given to your anger, that's kind of a neat card. Deal 1 damage to enemy unit. Its controller's next action this phase must be an attack action with that unit if able. It must attack a unit if able. Very interesting stuff. And a foil desperate attack. As I was saying, yeah, my concern with what seems to possibly be like less legendaries overall being out there. And again, I don't have like the total statistics to back that up, but just from what we've seen in like the Discord, it seems like that might be what's happening. That does concern me a little bit because you want the alternate arts to be the chase cards, right? I don't think you want legendaries to be cost prohibitively expensive. Palpatine's Return and foil tech, cool, double rare pack. So I do get a little bit worried because again, I think it's good if there are some rare cards like legendaries are a little bit more expensive, but if you still really want to play a deck, you don't have to go and spend like $100 or $200 for a play set. Like I don't like that, I want the people I play against in my locals to be playing their decks at their best, Hey, there we go. There's our 4th legendary. Rule with respect. So we did get 4 of this box and a foil Pike Sentinel. I'm putting the Rancor. There we go. This is a card I think I'm going to try 2 of in like my sideboard for Boba Fett. Because it's 4. I mean, it could shut down aggro decks in theory. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think I'll give it a shot. But anyway, this box in review. Take captive Midnight Repairs, Adelphi Patrol Wing, Cargo Juggernaut on our hyperfoils, and then our legendaries are Rulers with Respect, Rey, Kylo, and Final Showdown. So yeah, not a bad box. Not a bad box. Foil Kylo Ren as well. So cool. All right. Well, I'm going to get this cleaned up and we'll move on to the next box. After this, we will have reached the halfway point in the case. So far, what was it? 2 legendaries in the first box, 4 in the second one. Let's see what box 3 has for us. Would be cool to pull another showcase. We'll see. If we do, we do. If we don't, at least we still have the Boba Fett one from earlier. Take a drink. All right, let's get started. First pack of box 3. Impress me. Okay, Han Solo. And that. Vambrace. Grapple Shot. And we're going to go through these fairly close. Or fairly quick, rather, not close. Because at this point, we've kind of seen a little bit of everything, Oh, look at that. Hyperspace Bravado. Very clean. Very clean looking. Cool. Vambrace Flamethrower. Great upgrade if you can get it to stick. Which I think it's possible. I would certainly try running it. Again, in like, I think Bo-Katan is going to be your big fun Mandalorian synergy deck. Hondo Ohnaka. Because she's going to let you play a little bit slower if you play, I think, Red-Blue Bo-Katan. And so I think you get to play with some of the more expensive Mandalorians. You get to play with some of the more expensive, fun upgrades. So I'm really looking forward to playing her. Hyperspace Collection Starhopper. Interesting. Oh. Little dots up at the top there. That's not a printing thing. That's actually part of the art. Huh. They used it for shading on the planet, kind of. And there's a little bit down here, too. Interesting. Huh. Never seen that before. I think that is just a thing of the art on that card. Not any sort of, like, printing issue, but that, it looks a bit odd. Yo. Check it out. Second pack in. What a hit. Hyperspace Poe Dameron. A great-looking Hyperspace card. I definitely want to play a set of these. So this is my second one. So that is exciting. Foil Principled Outlaw. But, oh, wait, there was one more card here, too. Heroic Resolve. There we go. Heroic Resolve is our rare. And again, a gorgeous Hyperspace Poe Dameron. I should, something like that gets its own little card cover, I think. I want to say, very nice. There we go. Very cool looking card. All right. Nice hit on the first legendary there. Bossk. Like I said, I'm working on a Boba Fett deck. I wonder if there's room for Poe in Boba Fett. Boba Fett. And reserves. This is the way. Another legendary. 2 packs, 2 legendaries. The Finalizer. Another one of those things where it's like, I hope we get a way to like play capital ships more easily someday, because it's but the thing is, if you're playing Finalizer, this is like a card I would put in the Endless Legions deck, because it's like, if you're going to 11, might as well go to 14, right? Very cool. Maybe you put this in like a Jabba deck so you can discount it with the bounty or something, you know? Overwhelm. Choose any number of friendly units. Each of those units captures an enemy non-leader unit in the same arena. So a lot of capturing going on. But yeah, neat card. I always love the big Star Destroyers. I don't really care if they're big. They're just cool. I believe the Finalizer is that ship that got hyperspace rammed in the movie. Coronet City is our hyperspace base. Lurking TIE Phantom, another card that's going to be fun to build around. Inspiring Mentor, I think that's going to be good. Outflank. Inspiring Mentor, yeah, let's just read it for a second. Again, it says, attached unit gains on attack when defeated. Give an experience token to another friendly unit. 2 for a +1/+1. At least it's got the when defeated too, so if you play it, at minimum, you're getting a token on something, assuming something else lives, right? But I think that's a card that could get out of control very, very quickly, you know? Remember, I'm having to be a little bit quiet because my daughter is sleeping right now. She needs her nap. I could use a nap too, but I'll settle for this. This is okay too. Lon Pike. Oh, Hyperspace Lon Pike. Nice. Oh, and a Kragan Gore. All right, double rare. Double rare pack. Not bad. That's cool. Lon Pike, like I said, I think a card that could find its way into some control decks. Kragan Gore, Underworld card that I had a lot of success with playing Cad Bane in pre-release, because he's just like something that you can't play around very easily, you know? Unless you want to give your opponent a bunch of shield tokens, you have to kind of take him out. So he sort of acts as a little bit of board control and a little bit of extra base health. Being a 6/6 makes him, I think, very good. He effectively has Sentinel, you know? Oops. I shouldn't have put the Heroism Cunning right next to Heroism. They kind of look the same. Top target, Bo-Katan. Millennium Falcon. Lon Pike again. Remnant Reserves is our foil. Okay. Moving on. It's a Hyperspace Fennec Shand. And we have a Hyperfoil in the back there. I already see it. Let's see. Maclunky. Oh, wait. It was Hyperspace. Discerning Veteran. I think I have a playset of Hyperspace Discerning Veterans now. Salt Ship. Hey, Bazine. I think she's a great Underworld card. Just being able to take a card out of your opponent's hand. Who knows if they're going to draw into something useful, and this is a great way to eliminate like a turn 1 even, or a turn 2 play. Probably a turn 2 play you want to eliminate with her. Hyperfoil Modded Cohort. Nice. Very good, really good card, actually. I think it's a great card. Cool Hyperfoil. Poor execution in the show, but I think a cool concept. I like the idea of like a bunch of disenfranchised or disaffected or whatever, angsty teens on Tatooine in a biker gang, but they paint their stuff bright colors to sort of like break from the drab, everything is brown gray color of Tatooine. So I like the concept of it, It's very American graffiti. It's actually very George Lucas when you think about it. Omegas are rare and a foil rickety quad jumper. But in the show, they, the concept wasn't, shall we say, executed to its fullest. But nonetheless, it is a neat concept. Lando. I would write a Star Wars series about them. Hey, we got Snoke. Supreme Leader Snoke, another legendary. That's 3 legendaries already in this box. We're doing well. Each enemy non-leader unit gets -2/-2. So this kills the aggro is basically the theme of Snoke. You play a slow deck, you put him down, your opponent is nerfed completely. And a foil, let the Wookiee win. Cool. All right. Foil rare on top of all that. Yeah, I think Snoke's gonna be like a 2 of maybe in control decks, because I'm really thinking like blue-green Palpatine will be strong. In that case, I would definitely run a couple Snokes, or at least in the sideboard. No, Hyperspace McClunky, nice. My Cad Bane deck loves it already. That is pretty cool. Definitely Hyperspace when I was chasing Hotshot Blaster. And, foil Effant Mon. All right. Neat. Another double rare pack. Always happy to see that. It's Cad Bane. I see a Hyperfoil back there. But what is it? What is it? That's the question. New adventure. Echo. Cobb Vanth. And, all right. Hyperfoil Detention Block Rescue. Fun. Cool. Cobb Vanth is, seems like a good card. It's a card that, like, your opponent can kind of play around a little bit. So, I don't know if it's super strong, but it's interesting. Hyperspace Han Solo. Welcome back. Another Hyperfoil back there. It does, maybe I'm crazy too, but it does seem like the rate of Hyperfoils has gone up a little bit. I feel like I'm seeing more in these packs than I saw in the last set. So I'm not sure if that's a change or not. It seems like it. 4-LOM. And our rare is the Marauder. Nice. I think I needed another one of those. And a Hyperfoil Public Enemy. Cool. Maybe a usable bounty. I haven't really done like a big inventory of what I think the usable bounties are going to be yet. And I think as far as what a usable bounty is, it changes deck to deck, All right. Messing up my piles again. Hyperspace, Vigilant Pursuit Craft. That goes in the Hyperspace pile. I do kind of want to make a Wookiee deck too, but I feel like Wookiee decks, now that we've got like a Wookiee deck enabler kind of stuff, it's only going to get better. Whoa, Hyperspace Werner Herzog. Whoa. That's neat. Just zooming in right on him. I want to see the baby. That wasn't a very... Werner Herzog is not very good. Val. And, whoa, Foil Crate Dragon. Nice. Wow, we're only about halfway through the box. And we got 4 legendaries. But look at this pack. What about... Wow. Hyperspace Client. Not a rare, but still cool. Val for our rare. And then Foil Crate Dragon. Very neat. Like I said, I did want a playset of Crate Dragons. So that's 2 out of the 3 so far. Ultimately, I want a playset of every legendary just so I can build everything. But, that's one of the ones I want earlier, right? Sooner rather than later. Very cool. Because, yeah, Crate Dragon in the Han Solo ramp deck I think is going to be fun. It's already out there making a name for itself. I'm excited. This Thursday is our first full, like, real set 2 weekly play night. Foil No Bargain and a Pre-Visla. Yeah, not a bad rare, I think. All right. Dr. Aphra. A leader I'm interested in trying to build around maybe at some point. Not exactly high on the list, but I think there could be some interesting decks in there. Maybe you want to build something fun to throw your opponents off for a week or something, Crosshair. Endless Legions. Wow, 5 legendaries. We got 5 legendaries. But keep in mind, like, one of them was in the foil slot. One of them was in the hyperspace slot. So, and a foil Desperate Attack there. So I think that might affect the numbers too. But hey, we're making up for our 2 legendary box earlier. That's good. So we can hopefully average out, Han Solo and Hyperspace Spice Mines. Neat. I suppose being that there are no rare bases in this set, there are no hyperfoil bases in this set by process of elimination. Hyperspace Guild Target. Cool. Another Poe. Wow. 2 Poes, 1 box. That's amazing. So we're up to 6 legendaries in this box. Okay, this box is crushing it right here. All right. And that's my playset of Poes, so that's good. Wow. All right. That's pretty awesome. This box is absolutely delivering. Bo-Katan. This box is definitely the highlight box so far of the case, for sure. Hyperspace Ruthless Assassin. It's so ruthless. Oh, no. That was a Underworld Thug. Welcome back from set 1. Unlicensed Headhunter, Fennec Shand. We got a Dr. Venson and a foil Leet. So that's our rare. And our foil. All right, next pack. Making our way through. Making our way downtown. Opening packs. I'm not even gonna finish that. That was not a good. Oh, Hyperspace Pike Sentinel. Cool. Always good to pull a hyperspace of what I think is a very usable card. Embo, Guild Target, Spare the Target, and Triple Dark Raid. Nice. Got to play some of those for sure. And foil Reckless Gunslinger. Fun. Wow. Hyperspace Bosk. I don't think I have one of these yet, so that's good. Take Captive. And like I said before, the Hunting Nexu, I think, is like on the potential list of good includes in a deck, but I'm not 100% sure. Hyperspace Chaincode Collector. Here's a Rose Tico. Cripple Authority. Bounty Posting, I think, is going to be a good card. Ruthlessness is our rare, and a foil Concord Dawn Interceptor is nice. Strong foil common. Or foil uncommon, actually. Wah! It's Fennec Shand. I feel like now that I've broken the drought of no showcases, I feel like I'm destined to get another one sooner rather than later. But I could be wrong too. Tarful and a foil Look the Other Way. I think Look the Other Way is a potentially good card to include in some decks. Because how often are your opponents really going to want to pay 2 to keep you from exhausting something? Or, you just wait until they literally can't. They've used all their resources, right? Hyperspace Bo-Katan. So I don't know. I think if used appropriately, that could be a very strong card. It is also a zero-cost Cunning card, so you can also think of it as something that buffs Fennec Shand as well, because it's another cost to put in your discard pile. Zori Bliss is our rare. I think this is my first Zori Bliss, actually. On attack, draw a card. At the start of your regroup phase, discard a card from your hand. So, interesting hand cycling there. Also fills up your card, fills up your discard pile for cards like Dr. Aphra. So, potentially interesting. Oh, and a foil rare. Foil Swoop Down. Nice. 3 more packs for box 3. And box 3 has done quite well. It's definitely crushed it. Salacious Crumb, get out of there. There. Why was it so hard? Fell the Dragon, Dengar, and another Finalizer. Wow. We're up to 7 legendaries this box. Seriously? A second Finalizer. So in this box, we've got 2 Finalizers and 2 Podamarins. And Foil Commission. And one of those Pos was obviously a hyperspace. So it was in a different slot, but still amazing. And I think I've gotten every leader so far. That was a weird thing about the first set, is I opened a whole box, a whole case. Hyperspace Desperate Attack looks kind of cool. Too bad his Desperate Attack is about to get ruined by Rose Tico. If you remember that scene in the movie. Like, I don't think there was much of a guarantee that either of you would live through that, Rose. That was quite a big risk to take for someone you supposedly love. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Rancor Mandalorian Armor and Hyper Foil Frozen in Carbonite. Cool. Neat. All right, final pack of box 3. One of the most legendary rich boxes of Star Wars Limited I've ever opened. Hyperspace Boba Fett. So it's now been 3 boxes since my last showcase. It's so sad. What do I expect, right? I should have another like 9 boxes to go before I get one on average, right? Ending things with a Maul as our rare, not bad. And foil Adelphi Patrol Wing. Cool, so solid rare to finish off that, but check it out. All right, let's go through these first. So Hyperfoils, we got a Frozen in Carbonite, Public Enemy, Detention Block Rescue, and Modded Cohort. But legendary-wise, like, seriously? 1 box? Finalizer, Podamarin, Endless Legions, Crate Dragon in foil, Supreme Leader Snoke, and Finalizer. So even with these 2 alternate slot legendaries, we still ended up getting 5. Just regular. So, wow. I'm going to take a picture of this for sure. Crazy. Box 3 was awesome. Let's see if any of the other boxes can live up to it. Onto box 4 after a little bit of cleanup. Okay, here we are for box number 4. And we'll see what we get. Box number 3 had a crazy amount of legendaries. It was kind of wild, actually. 7, I think it was, the count. Had to take a break, do other stuff. Stepped away from the computer. Back again for another box. 4 out of 6 in my case of Star Wars. Oh my gosh, if I can get the box open. What is going on? There we go. Okay, finally got it open. And it's time. It's time to see what the shadows of the galaxy have in store for us. All right, and it's a Kylo Ren to start things off. And a nice little Hyperspace Remnant Science Facility. Very cool. And let's see if I can remember my order again. I think I went green, blue, red, yellow. I think that was the order I did colors in. That sounds right. I believe so. It's the order now. That's what we're doing now, either way. Let's make a little bit of room. All right. Hey, it's Maul and Hyperfoil Warzone Lieutenant to start things off. Fun. All right, let's move this cord out of the way here. There we go. Put that over there. And a Maul. Yeah, nice. I think I've got a place out of those ready. So that is good. And it's Dr. Aphra. Very interesting leader, actually. When the regroup phase starts, discard a card from your deck. And then, when she flips, while there are 5 or more different costs among cards in your discard pile, this unit gets +3/+0. So she becomes a 5/5, flips on 5, by the way. When deployed, choose 3 cards in your discard pile with different names. If you do, return one of them at random to your hand. So you get one of the cards you discarded back. She becomes a 5/5. I don't know if she's super good, but maybe an interesting deck to build around. Hyperspace Rich Reward. That's kind of cool. Looks kind of neat. Just put my daughter down for a nap, so if you hear any screaming, it's because she doesn't love going down for naps, believe it or not. And a foil headhunting. Ooh, a foil version of Charmers in my, one of Charmers in my 2 reveal cards for this set. Exciting. All right, what is it? Oh, it's a Hyperspace Lando. I don't think I have one of those yet. Neat. Okay. Yeah, I might build a Lando deck eventually. I played a good amount of leaders in set 1. I didn't play all of them, but I played, I would say I played most of them. Hyperspace Pillage. The ones I didn't play, IG-88. Oh, Hyperspace Imprisoned. Neat. That's cool. Jango Fett and a foil Midnight Repairs. So we got a double rare. Hyperspace and Jango Fett. Nice. Yeah. Who else? Let's see. I didn't play IG-88. I never played Tarkin either, actually. But I think those are the only 2, if I remember right. Oh, I never played Leia either because I felt like I had enough, aggro experience with Sabine that I didn't need to play Leia because I feel like those decks played fairly similarly. Tech and a foil Take Captive. Nice. All right. Yeah. So I think the ones I didn't play kind of were the ones that felt like decks that were very similar to decks I'd already played in terms of style. Over time that might change, obviously, as the game comes out. I think that's one of the neat things about this game is that old leaders will become /more relevant /relevant again /relevant for the first time. Swoop down is our rare. As more cards come out. So there's a lot to look forward to, It's like never quite forget about the old leaders because they might come back to be relevant. Hyperspace Boba Fett. Like something simple like even Jyn Erso's ability might end up being relevant, Resourceful Pursuers. Check it out. Hyperspace. Say, for instance, there's some cards that suddenly you have a good amount of cards that synergize with, they have things that happen when you give stuff negative power. That could theoretically make Jyn Erso into a powerful deck, right? Dr. Pershing and Hyperfoil Cripple Authority. Ooh, all right. Those faces in Hyperfoil. So you never know. You never know. Ah, it's Bossk. So keep an eye out for that. So over time, old leaders rather, are going to come back and become more relevant again. I feel like we can see like a little bit of that already with stuff like Palpatine, where he was a decent leader in set 1, but I think set 2 is where he'll really kind of pop off. 2 rares. All right, we got a foil Given to Your Anger, and regular old Mystic Reflection. Cool. So yeah, the first deck I'm building, I really planned on it being Cad Bane, but then we got the showcase Boba Fett Daimyo, so I feel obligated to build a deck, try him out for at least that first week. And we'll see where we go from there, See if I enjoy playing it, really. Hyperspace Salacious Crumb. Yay, what a winner. And we got a legendary. We have Evacuate. Pay 6. Return each non-leader unit to its owner's hand. I like that this is just a single aspect. I think this is one where they could have easily made it like a rare and made a double aspect. But I think this makes it pretty usable as like a sideboard card, you know? If you're playing like a slow control deck, I'm going to put my legendaries down here this time. And, you know, you want to just clear the board again. I mean, yeah, you're kind of waylaying everything, but that means they have to play it all again. And sometimes it's hard to afford that stuff, so I don't think it's that bad. I think it's a pretty solid card. I think when people get hit by it, they're gonna be sad. If they have a big board, you know? Because it's not just an anti-aggro card. It's also like decent into those decks that just, you know, play mid-rangey and slowly in a kind of a grinding fashion build up a board that just becomes unbeatable, where while being able to set you back to square one is pretty huge, right? So Legal Authority. Again, like this is a neat one. Attached to your friendly unit. When played, attached unit captures an enemy non-leader unit with less power than it. So a little bit versatile. It's not in the same arena, so this is an interesting one that it's not arena locked, you know? So something to kind of keep in mind if you're building a capturing type deck is that if you have some high power stuff, that might be a good capture option, because it only takes costs 2 as well. The danger, of course, is that it is an upgrade. So anything that removes upgrades can also free whatever captive you took. So it's not quite as locked down as other capture cards are, but it is solid. I think it's worth thinking about when you're building a deck with a lot of capture in it. Another good old Kashni Angor, another Arcten's Assault Cruiser, and we have a foil Moisture Farmer. I think Moisture Farmer is going to be in decks for a long time. I mean, 0/4, Restore 2, cost 1, high health, prime target for upgrades, prime target for decks like Ray, even stuff like Palpatine, honestly, you know? Put like Entrenched on it, suddenly you have a 3/7 where you can just like maybe hit their base and just keep restoring, you know? They have to burn through it, then they've almost killed it, and then you just Palpatine ability it. So, yeah, I think it could be pretty strong. Hyperspace Cargo Juggernaut. Yeah, I think Moisture Farmer is going to be one of those cards that you see pop up a lot. Check it out. Hyperspace Punishing one. Very neat. It's a cool looking card. Another Casca Reeves, and we got a foil Armed to the Teeth. All right. Only one legendary so far. So I suppose we, you know, I think we got to a little bit above rate from our last box in terms of our total legendary pulls for this case so far. So maybe we're due for a quiet box, you know. I hope not. I don't want to have a quiet box, but you never know. So on Land Speeder, that'll be a fun one to play with, I think, like I said. And we got the good old 5 for a 5/6, just vanilla Desperado Fighter. It is Underworld, too, so it has that synergy. Something to think about. All right, Gar Saxon. Rich Reward. Endo. Spare the target. Xanadu Blood. That's good. I think I needed at least 2 more of those, so I think that makes a playset for me now, because I got, I believe I got one in my first box. I think if you're playing Cad Bane, you run at least 2 of them, probably. I think Daring Raid is a nice little include in some aggressive decks. Just to, you know, do a little bit of damage. The fact that it can hit bases is pretty strong. Warzone Lieutenant. Hey, that's cool. Hyperspace Hunter of the Haxian Brood. That's kind of a neat hyperspace. I like it. Kira is another rare for us here, and a foil Criminal Muscle. All right. What is it? Hyperspace Ray. Cool. Ray is definitely one of the better hyperspace leaders. Just very, very blue. But aside from that, I just kind of want to finish opening these boxes and start building decks at this point. Foil Wanted and a Evidence of the Crime. Yeah. So you can move bounties from your guys to their guys. You can also steal upgrades too. So why not? As long as it costs 3 or less, of course. Yeah. So we got another hyperspace leader, and this time it's Cad Bane. Cool. I don't know if I had a hyperspace Cad Bane yet, so that's neat. Got that one. I kind of want to try to collect a hyperspace of every leader in every base each set. I'm still missing a set 1 hyperspace Andor. Weirdly enough, after opening 18 boxes plus all those prize packs, I still do not have a hyperspace Cassian Andor. Hyperspace Rokai Gunship. Unlicensed Headhunter, and Imprisoned is our rare. And oh, check that out! Wow, okay, that's actually quite exciting to me. In that this is a card that is very usable. Use it in double Cunning Boba. I use it in Cad Bane, and so yeah, that's awesome. Hyperfoil Relentless Pursuit, and that's a sick one. Cool. Checking one thing. There we go. Okay. Want to check the nanny cam, but she's sleeping, so we're good. Another hyperfoil in this one. I saw it peeking at the top there. Oh, cool. I always like the hyperspaces of the cards I end up playing, and Take Captive is a great looking hyperspace, like the blue aura. We got a hyperfoil of that too. That's awesome. Jabba's Rancor. Another Maz Kanata and a hyperfoil Clan Ren Rescuer. There you go. When played, give an experience token to a unit. That can include this unit right here. So you can make it 2/3, but it's also versatile enough to put an experience on something else. And, you know, we know there's a lot of Mandalorian stuff out there that's like, if this has an upgrade, do X. So it's a good enabler for those kind of cards too. So a must include for, I think, any serious Mandalorian aficionado. I know I'm going to put it in my Bo-Katan deck eventually. Whenever I end up making that. There. Palpatine's Return. And a Clan Saxon Gauntlet is our foil. So only one legendary so far. Uh-oh. I am kind of concerned about this kind of thing. That the legendary distribution is seemingly, again, in my opinion, has become much more sporadic. Like you either get a good box or you get a really bad box. Or you get a medium box. But last set, it just seemed like everything was, you know, pretty predictable, pretty average there. Foil Spare the Target, another Miggs Mayfield. But I am getting a little bit concerned here. So I think we have, 5 packs left in this box. And there's our Kira. There is a Hyperspace Coronet City. But yeah, only one legendary so far. I'm going to guess we're going to see one more. Unless we have a pretty insane last, few packs here. This seems like a 2 legendary box. And if it's only a 1 legendary box, that is just unfortunate. That's like okay, maybe I just get singles from now on kind of thing. As fun as it is to open packs and get hyperspace stuff, give in to your anger and foil collection Starhopper. And I don't like saying that, but yeah. I'm just responding to my own experiences. It's not like a sky is falling thing, but I think it's certainly something to take note of if you're you know, part of the team or whatever, part of the influence for the how packs are put together, collating or whatever it is. I try not to get into like that stuff too much, but it's hard not to. There we go. There's a second legendary. Foil Street Gang Recruiter, but we did get a Kylo Ren. That's nice. 2 out of 3 for the playset with that. And do I play Kylo in Kylo Ren? That's the question. He can buff himself, by the way, too. On attack, give a unit +2/+0 for this phase. If it's a non-villainy unit, give an experience token to it. So he can just attack and become an 8/7 for the turn, too. Something to think about. But all right. Like I said, I've never seen a 1 legendary box. I have heard people say they got them. I have not experienced that myself. My lowest is 2, but who knows? Maybe these last packs can pop off. Maybe. Fingers crossed. Zori Bliss and First Light. Oh, cool. Neat. Foil First Light. Such a neat looking ship. Cost 7, 4/7 with grit. Each other friendly non-leader unit gains grit. So that's kind of interesting. Big grit enabler. With Smuggle as well. Smuggle also, the Smuggle cost for this is deal 4 damage to a friendly unit. I don't know if you've noticed this, but the Smuggle is 7, Vigilance Villainy, and deal 4 damage to a friendly unit, which is kind of wild. So it can be a 4/4 that comes out. Well, I guess it'd be a 7, no, it'd be a 8/3 in theory, if you do it to itself, you know? But that is an interesting one. Just having like a big like grit enabler, access to that on the dark side is kind of cool. Wonder what sort of deck building options we have with that, because that does seem like a kind of a build around card, you know. It's expensive, but it's got a unique enough ability that I think it's worth checking out. Another First Light. There you go. And a foil Black Sun Starfighter, but another one. Again, I love the look of that ship. Last pack in the box. Looks like there's a Jabba the Hutt. There's a Hyperspace Deathwatch Hideout. But it does appear that we are getting a 2 legendary box unless we have one coming at the last minute. Ooh, Hyperspace Adelphi Patrolling. That looks cool. But I'm not too confident. Echo Hyperspace Rare. We have a Hyperspace Unrefusable Offer. And we have another Unrefusable Offer. Okay, so triple rare pack to end it. Hyperspace Unrefusable Offer. Regular Unrefusable Offer. And foil Zori Bliss. So, all right. Triple rare pack to end it, but yeah, not the best box. Not the best box, but then again, I mean, after the last one, like, how can you complain really that much? But all right, cleanup time, and then on to the next box. All right, box number 5. Let's get into it. We had a 2 legendary box in the last one. Evacuating Kylo Ren, so not the worst legendaries, but still, it's you want a little bit more, obviously. So we'll see what we can do with this one. Pardon the camera shaking while we get ready here. All right, so let's get to it. Starting with the Lando pack. Smuggle me something good, Lando. All right, Hyperspace Boba to start things off. I already have the showcase. I don't need it. I'm just going to go in the order that these come out. Tarful is our first rare, and a foil Criminal Muscle. Let's look at Tarful for a second. We haven't checked out Tarful too closely. 7 for a 3/9, restore 2. When a friendly Wookiee is dealt combat damage and isn't defeated, that unit deals that much damage to an enemy ground unit. So, yeah, you're gonna don't make the Wookiees mad, you know. Another Boba, this time in the regular variety. I think it would be fun to build a Wookiee deck, but I'm just not sure we're there yet, you know, as far as Wookiee support goes. I don't think we're there quite yet. But who maybe next set? Maybe next set we'll get more Wookiees. Let's see. They said next set is Twilight of the Republic. And we saw the Maul and the oh, what's her name? Why am I blanking on the name of that character? Foil Wookiee warrior. You know what I'm talking about. The Sith lady that like Anakin fights in the Clone Wars. Oh, why am I forgetting the name? All right, I'm very embarrassed. I'm forgetting this name, but either way. So it seems like we got a little bit of a prequel angle going there, and it makes sense because it's called Twilight of the Republic, so that would put us in that era. Not to mention, this set is, you know, a lot of like underworld stuff, but it also seems more sequel focused, you know? And the first set was obviously more like Galactic Civil War, like OT focused. And there we go. There's our first legendary out of our second pack, Second Chance. Yeah. So anyway, we can maybe expect some prequel Wookiees. I don't know. But Tarful is a prequel Wookiee. I don't know. I have no explanation. Second Chance, double vigilance, which is interesting. Attached to a non-leader unit, attached unit gains when defeated for this phase. This unit's owner may play it from their discard pile for free. So double vigilance, players, take note, because that is an interesting effect to get for 4. I think the key there that makes that card quite good is the play it again. Not, you know, put it back into play, or not it doesn't die, but you actually get to play it again. And so in theory, you get whatever, you know, sick when played effects are on that card, you know? So I think that could be a really good one. Night Owl Skirmisher is our first hyperspace. Let's see. Headhunting. There we go. Memphis Nest. Evacuate. We got 2 legendaries in a row. All right. I wanted another Evacuate, so that's good. Collection Starhopper is our hyperfoil. Put that over there. Oh no. And if that happened after I had tall piles of cards, disaster, I'm telling you. All right. Cad Bane, Hyperspace, Deathwatch Hideout. Oh, neat. Hyperspace, Gray Squadron Y-Wing. I always love the hyperspaces of the ships. That's so cool. Mandalorian Armorer is our rare. Give me a showcase. You know, I don't think I had a Finn yet, so that's good. Hyperspace Remote Village. What if I played like a double Vigilance Finn, you know? And then using like Second Chance, and you're putting shield tokens on them with other stuff, so it's like you just make things impossible to remove. And then we just have to find what card in the game is the most annoying card to have live for a long time. Migs. And, you know, then make a deck that just keeps it in play. That might have already happened with Lurking TIE Phantom, actually, but we'll have to think of a ground version of that, you know? Jabba's Rancor. You know I'm going to build a deck with that. I have to. Cripple Authority. Maul. And Foil First Light. All right. Definitely have our play sets of First Light at this point. Wow. Cad Bane. Oh, we got a foil Enfys Nest in the back. It popped out far enough that I'll just take it out of there. Scanning Officer, and hey, Kylo Ren. All right, that's our playset. We got a foil and 2 regular Kylo Rens, so that's great. I'll take it. That's 3 legendaries this box already. This is weird, isn't it? Is this going to be another, like, insane 7 the legendary box? I mean, I won't say no, but it went, like, what? 4, 2, 7, 2. And then now we're on 3 already for this box. So there's a Jango Fett for our rare and a foil Black Sun Starfighter. So does that mean we're on track for a very disappointing final box? Who knows? Another Hyperspace Cad Bane. All right. I hope not. I want to finish on a bang. You know, finish with a bang, not on a bang. I'm like losing the ability to talk. Timely Intervention in hyperspace. Zuckuss, Unrefusable Offer, and a foil Super Commando Squad. But, you know, what legendaries am I really looking for right now? I'm really looking for... it's a... Oh, Hyperspace Finn. Nice. Looking for a Crate Dragon to complete the playset. What else? I'm not really sure yet. Oh, that's cool. Hyperspace Daring Raid. I guess I want at least 2 Snokes. Swoop Down. And Headhunting. They did use, I think, a good amount of the legendary slots in this set for, like, kind of, not gimmick cards, but cards that have kind of very unique abilities. Fennec Shan. And so, and I think that's a good use of the legendary slot too, because again, I think you want, it does a good job in making sure that a lot of the cards people would want to put in their competitive decks are fairly accessible. For the most part. Arm to the Teeth. Tech. Oh, cool. A Hyperfoil Chrysanthemum. Neat. Hyperfoil uncommon, but still a cool Hyperfoil for sure. I really would love to pull another showcase. But who knows? I'm just glad I got one. Mystic Reflection and a foil Public Enemy. Maybe we just front loaded the legendaries with this this box, and now it's gonna be all bulk after this. What I've been doing is I'll take like 2 play sets of everything I did with set 1, and then I just Hyperspace Dengar. Nice, that looks cool. Neat. I do want to build like a Bosk deck with all the bounty hunters. That would be fun. Arquebus Assault Cruiser and a foil Housecast Soldier. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I took all my bulk and I just basically took it to my local shop, and I was like, hey, if anyone needs commons, uncommons, or some extra rares, here you go. And just let people kind of pick through it. As we had, over time, you know, we had a lot of new players coming in, and they didn't have, you know, a ton of access to cards, obviously, because things were in kind of short supply for set 1. And that stuff, like, there's not a ton of value in it, so I think it's good if you want to help people get into the game, just give it away, you know, or make it easily accessible. Better than just taking up space on your shelf, right? Legal Authority and Wanted Insurgents. Legal Authority is our rare. Wanted Insurgents is our foil. A 3 for a 4/4 bounty, deal 2 damage to a unit. It's interesting that it's 2 damage to a unit, because it means they could do it to their own units if they wanted to, you know, do a grit thing or something. Another double hyperspace base and leader, Fennec Shand and Coronet City. Privateer Skik is one of our hyperspaces for the pack. Maybe our only one. Bo-Katan Kryze. This is an interesting card. 2 for a 3/3. It is double aggression, so it's locked a little bit in that category. When defeated, for each player with 15 or more damage to their base, draw a card. That said, I think she actually goes great in double red Kylo, because even though you don't necessarily want to draw cards early on, she's not going to really draw one because you're not going to be doing damage that fast anyway, so I don't think you really have to worry too much about it. Stolen Landspeeder is our rare, and then a foil, Jabba's Rancor. Ooh. So I would include her. She's basically a battlefield marine otherwise, you know. And then, you know, late game, you can play her for like a 3/3 body and then, you know, draw a card as well when you want to draw cards, right? After Kylo has come out and then been defeated again. I think it's not bad. Because then again, with Kylo's ability, if you discard something else, you can turn it into 5 damage. So I think she's definitely an include in that deck. Kira is our rare, and a foil McClunky. Nice. Foil McClunky. Hondo. And let's see. Man, there's so many decks I want to build. I know I've said that like a bunch of times in the video already, but there really is. Hyperspace Fen Rao, neat. We got a Casca Reeves and a Hyperfoil Ruthless Assassin. Funny enough, I think I already have a Hyperfoil Ruthless Assassin. Maybe even 2 of them. Be funny to have a playset of those. Hunter. Another cool build-around leader. Foundling. Hey, Hyperspace Moisture Farmer. All right. I'm actually happy about this one. I've got a feeling I'll be using Moisture Farmer in a few decks, so. It's the final showdown. Oh man, I did that? Didn't I say I wasn't gonna do that? I don't know. Either way, it's a hyperspace legendary, so that's cool. Yeah, I think I could see this in like maybe my double cunning boba or something like that. You know, you ready? You know, Fet's Fire Spray one more time. Even that's worth 6 damage. Could be pretty good. Xanadu Blood is a rare, and then a foil Mercenary Gunship. So neat. Hyperspace legendary. So that's 4 legendaries. So we hit, I would say, what should be the average, I think, in most boxes. What is it going to be? It's going to be a Hondo. Why did I put the Fen Rao there? Whoops. All right. Hyperspace Housecast Soldier. I always keep all my hyperspaces separate because, you know, I do want to include them when I can. I don't care too much about it, but I care enough to like keep it separated. Imprisoned is our rare, and we also have a foil rare as well, a foil Choose Sides. Nice. 4 packs remain in box number 5. We got a Rey. Moisture Farmer, what are you doing there? Trying to join the dark side. Evidence of the Crime is our rare, and a foil Privateer Skik. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't even know. What do we got? Gar Saxon. I think Gar Saxon might be another good Mandalorian to build around. Just again, like that +1 power is very strong. It's just I see we got hold on. That's okay. A little bit of a preview there. I don't know if you guys saw that, but good card in the end there. Hyperspace Warbird Stowaway. And Felt the Dragon. Actually, this is a legendary that I want. The one that I just saw that I got. Maz Kanata and a foil Kylo's TIE Silencer. I think running 3 of these is going to be pretty pretty necessary for running Kylo. So that is one of the decks I want to build pretty early. So now I just need 2 more of these. Cool. Hopefully they show up in another box. But 5 legendaries now. And that was one in the foil slot. So not in the regular 4 legendaries per box slot, you know. I can't remember at all what I was saying before I noticed that. Completely lost my train of thought there. Palpatine's Return and a Timely Intervention is our foil. Final pack, a box 5, which has been a good box. Yeah, good box. Got a Kylo Ren, got Kylo's ship. We'll review at the end. Foundling. Go there. All right. Sorry for doing sorting on stream like this, but it saves me a lot of time later. Hyperspace Enfys Nest. Cool hyperspace. Give Into Your Anger is our rare and a foil top target. That's it. That's the box. So 1 more box to go. Quick break, quick cleanup. Oh, let's take a look at our legendaries first. We ended up getting a foil Kylo's TIE Silencer, Hyperspace Final Showdown, a Kylo Ren, Evacuate, and a Second Chance. So, yeah, pretty good box for legendaries overall. Not bad. All right. See you in just a moment for the final box. Here it is, the final box of the box of boxes. Final box of the set. There we go. Final box of the set. And what do we get? Are we going to find a showcase in this case? Are we going to find more legendaries? Main one I want to find is Kylo's TIE Silencer. I believe. I'm pretty sure that's the legendary I'm looking for the most right now. But we'll see. See what we get. I'll put it over here, actually. Yeah. There we go. Perfect. All right. Pack number 1. Give me something good. It's a Hondo. All right. Just go in the order that they come out of the pack as far as the colors go. It always ends up with Cunning on the right, though, I feel like I noticed. Frozen in Carbonite is Hyperspace, and then we have Legal Authority as our rare, and Foil Cargo Juggernaut. All right. I'm going to move this stuff up here a little bit so I don't bump it quite as much. There we go. All right. And we have a Rey and, I don't know, some random location. Rokai Gunship. Another Hyperspace Moisture Farmer. Nice. Going for the set of those. For sure. Hey, it's a Rey. Nice. Foil Reckless Gunslinger as well. All right, first legendary second pack. Got another Rey. Cool. Play set of those I think will be useful to have. I wonder if I put her in Kylo Ren, actually. I guess you can't really put her in Kylo if you're running double aggression, because you'd still have to pay 7 for her. Because you're ignoring the penalty for her heroism trait, or heroism aspect rather, but you're not ignoring it for the vigilance one. So I don't know if I want to run Kylo Vigilance. Hyperspace Liberated Slaves. Neat card. But that's only my first draft of Kylo. Koska Reeves and foil Trandoshan Hunters. I'm sure I'm going to be building leaders with multiple aspects over time. I know Cad Bane, I'm already... a lot of people are trying aggression. I built one with aggression first. I tend to think he might be better with command, but we'll see. I also just like command as an aspect in this game. So I tend to kind of lean that direction. Kira is our rare, and hey, it's a foil Poe Dameron. So we've got the hyperspace, we've got the foil, and we've got 2 regulars. So extra Poe Dameron, that'll be good trade fodder. Because I think he's definitely one of the most sought after legendaries right now. So that's good. Always exciting to get some good trade potential as well. There's a Kira. All right, so 2 legendaries already, but you know, last time we got 2 legendaries and we had a bit of a drought after that, so we'll see what happens. I'd say we're more than anything, we're just looking for, you know, at least 3 legendaries. We don't have another 2 legendary box. That would be tragic. Fenrau into Xanadu Blood and a foil Salacious Crumb. All right. All right, what is it? It's Ray. Hyperspace Ray and a Hyperspace Navarro City. Cool. Ray seems like the most popular deck right now. I think it's I think it's a little bit of she's not terribly difficult to pilot, I don't think. So I think at the beginning of expansions for like any card game, you tend to see aggressive decks that are fairly easy to pilot, and those are the ones that sort of excel early on. And then as time goes on, as people figure out the better lists for other leaders, then you see it start to change a little bit. So I think Ray's going to be very strong. Oh, Hyperspace Fennec Shan, nice, that's cool. I think Ray's going to be strong for the whole set at least, but I don't know if she's going to be like the deck to beat, like people are kind of worried she's going to be. I think it's going to be kind of like Boba Fett was in set 1, right, where people are like, oh, this deck is insane. And then, you know, people kind of, they learned how to tech around it. They learned how to play into it better, I think is a big part of it. You just have to learn how to play into it. And then the power level kind of evens out. So in this game, more than like any other card game. Oh, nice. Hyperspace look the other way. That's cool. Usable card. But as I was saying, in this game, more than any other card game even, your ability to pilot your deck well is better than the deck itself in a lot of cases. Foil Mandalorian Warrior, and our rare is Evidence of the Crime. But what crime is it? I honestly don't know, because I don't know what that card is referencing art-wise. It's like some Star Wars stuff. If it's like from Resistance or whatever, like I haven't seen that show. I've seen like a little bit of it, but that's it. Oh, these cards keep like getting little pockets of air underneath them and sliding off. Mercenary Gunship, Palpatine's Return is our rare, and oh, Hyperfoil Outlaw Corona. That's kind of cool. This is gonna be another card where it's like 3 for 3/5. Yeah, the bounty is pretty devastating, but if you can get this in space, you're gonna be controlling space for a while, I think. So I don't necessarily think it's a bad include if you want to go for something more aggressive in space. Hyperspace Finn. Especially because, what is that card? There's a card that if your opponent has more resources than you get to do something fairly strong. But for some reason, the card is escaping my memory right now. All right. Kuil. I think Kuil's like a really strong card. Rule with Respect. Nice. This is my playset. My third one. And Hyperfoil Synara San. All right. Neat. But yeah, Rule with Respect. Like I said, I think I could see that making it into a couple decks. Some slower, big, beefy, you know, deck running green. You could run it with. Honestly, you could even run it in like... You could even run it like Palpatine, probably, and like double command Palpatine, and just pay 6 for it. Because if you have stuff that's like big enough, then you don't mind it coming at that point in the game. Hyperspace Warbird Stowaway. So I think it's one of those cards that it's actually not bad out of aspect sometimes. We'll see, though. Give in to your anger, and Forlom is our foil, but we do have a Give In to Your Anger, and then he threw it on the ground. No. Almost. All right. Fennec Shand, who's our leader. We got to reveal some cool cards. Oh, speaking of cool cards, Hyperspace Mystic Reflection. That one looks good. A Maz Kanata for our rare, and a foil Priest Vizsla. So a triple rare pack. Nice. We got the Hyperspace, the regular, and the foil. Cool. I will never say no to a 3 rare pack. Yeah, we got Headhunting and Bounty Guild Initiate, which are both pretty cool cards. Bounty Guild Initiate was great and limited when I was playing it. And I think he's just a solid card in general, too. Headhunting I haven't had a chance to use in the deck yet, but I could see it. I could see it being used. Zori Bliss and a foil No Bargain. Okay. So I don't think there's any leaders I'm missing at this point. I think I've got it all. Oh, that's a Hyperspace Gray Squadron Y-Wing. Neat. I think my big question coming into this week, my weekly is on Thursday. So what will I play? I do like the Lurking TIE Phantom cheese deck. There's a MiGs. But I'd rather play either, obviously, like I want to use my showcase and play that just because, right? So I might play Boba Fett. But the other one, Cad Bane, Command is another one I'll play, and Kylo Ren. Double aggro Kylo Ren is the other one on the top of my list. I think Fugitive Wookiee is a pretty strong aggro card too for Slight, and foil look the other way. It's 2 for 3/3, and the bounty is really not that bad. Exhaust a unit, like you can play around that so easy. Bo-Katan, yeah, that's another one I want to build too. Because I think, again, Bo-Katan would just be a really fun one to just play slow, play mid-rangey, do a lot of upgrades, do a lot of Mandalorian shenanigans. Be fun. The Client, Cassian Andor, Tech, and a Hyperfoil Slaver's Freighter. Okay. Third Hyperfoil of the box. 3 legendaries so far, so the pace has slowed down significantly. The question is, now will we see a 4th? Hopefully the answer is yes. Nice. Hyperspace Timely Intervention. That's cool. Spark of Hope. Fen Rao. Guild Target. Yay! Kylo's Tile Silencer. All right. Nice. And Philadelphia Patrol Wing. Neat. But yeah, like I said, I want to play a set of these. So got one. Fingers crossed for a second one somehow. But that's 4 legendaries in this box. But hey, I got an extra pose. So I know I've got some trading fodder at least. Hit up my group in the Discord and see what people drew. But yeah, I definitely want a play set of those. I feel like the TIE Silencers are going to be a card that's going to be decent in a number of decks. That's cool. I'm actually surprised I got another one. Unrefusable Offer and Midnight Repairs are the rare and foil. Han Solo, and we have an Upside Down Spice Mines. It was upside down. Oh my gosh. Delphi Patrol Wing. We got a, all right, Hyperspace Night Owl Skirmisher. Hyperspace cards just look great. What can you say? They really make the most of that full art, I would say. Enforce Loyalty. This is an interesting card. You know, again, I keep going back to Double Command Palpatine, and this is another one where it's like you can kind of choose, right? Like, do I want to use Palpatine's ability to defeat a friendly unit and do a damage on their side and draw a card, or do I just want to draw 2 cards, you know? So I think it's an interesting thing to think about. Choose sides is our rare, and we have a foil commission. Oops. There we go. Stop bumping it. All right. Bossk, Remote Village in hyperspace. Dr. Pershing and Principled Outlaw. Okay. Get to the end. 5 packs left, I believe it is. 5 packs left in the case. There they are. Will one of them contain a showcase? Will one of them contain another Kylo's TIE Silencer? We will see. Aside from that, I think I've got pretty much everything I need to build most of the decks I want to build. All right. There's our rare and our foil. I think the only thing I'm really missing is, yeah, that third TIE Silencer. Because a lot, like I said, a lot of the other legendaries, another Hyperspace Daring Raid, that's cool. A lot of the other legendaries, I think I'd only want to run 2 anyway. And it was like that for set 1, where it's like a playset is essentially 2. Embo in hyperspace. We got a Soul Land Speeder, and Armed to the Teeth is our foil. 3 packs. Wow. No showcase. But remember, showcases, the odds are like 1 showcase every 2 cases, right? It's 1 every 12 boxes. And I did open 3 cases of set 1. Didn't get a single one. And then I got 1 random box from my LGS on launch day to tide me over until my case that I ordered arrived. And I got a showcase in that one. So you never know. Vambrace Flamethrower. Cool. And a foil Hylobian Enforcer. Hylobon? Not Hylobian. Hylobon. And it's a Hyperspace Cad Bane. The Armorer. Ooh, Hyperspace Cash and Andor. Cool. Neat. Kragan Gore. And yeah, we got another triple rare pack. Nice. All right. So, oh wait, Cassian's not hyperspace. Or not rare. He is hyperspace. It's been a long day. We do have a Hyperfoil Unrefusable Offer. That's fun. Neat. It's kind of a fun card to maybe build around too. Kind of a interesting little way to steal a unit, you know? No showcase in this case. It's official. Back to what I'm used to with opening boxes. All right. Another Andor, Forlom, Scanning Officer, Bazine Natel, nice, and foil triple dark raid. So double rare pack to end things off. 2 very usable rares, but that's it. That's the case. Let's take a look at the legendaries for this one. Good legendaries for this box, though. Got another Kylo's TIE Silencer. Got a Rule with Respect, Poe Dameron in foil. Ooh, and a Rey. So not a bad case to end things off with. Hit the average with 4 legendaries, I think. But yeah, exciting stuff. Like I said, I didn't get this in the case, but I did get it in a random box. We got the Showcase Boba Fett, so probably gonna build a deck around that to start things off with. You know, you gotta do it at least once, and then I'll get into some other stuff. But I'll probably have multiple decks by the end of the week. Who knows? Either way, yeah, keep an eye on Ice Cave Radio. More episodes coming out. More stuff on the Patreon. I'm going to be talking a lot about what I'm playing at locals and doing reports on that. So go sign up there. And we got merch too. I'm not wearing it, but it's cool. I mean, I'm not wearing it right now. I do wear it other times. But anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. See you around. Good luck with your packs.